Hello guys, welcome back to Sadala Media. My name is Andrew Sadala and today I'm gonna teach you how to prepare a CV. Now, with this presentation video, we're going to see the basic principles on how to prepare a competitive curriculum vitae. Now, to begin with, we're going to see these step-by-step ways on how to prepare a good CV. Now we're going to cover about the design, the format, the way to organize, the way to design your personal information, your summary. Also going to see the experience, you're going to see the education part and the rest of the stuff. So make sure that you have a pen and a paper where you can note down these steps and take them into account, for we're going to go into details in one after the other. But before we proceed guys, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit on the bell icon where you can be getting the uploads, the updates whenever we upload a new content in our channel. Now, the first thing is that make sure that you know when to use a CV. Actually, we normally use a CV when we apply for the job, but in American standard, a CV is a document which is used for academic purposes. But now, in our side, we normally use a CV when we apply for the job, and I have no doubt with it. So whenever you're told to prepare a CV, make sure that you know that this CV is going to be used for my application for the job. Now, this CV actually outlines every detail of your scholar career. Now, probably you have come around with these two terms, a CV and a resume, or rather a curriculum vitae or a resume. What is the difference between them? Actually, there is no formal difference between a CV and a resume. It has to do with the British and English, with the Americans. So it has to do with the English. Actually, we have so many words which are different but have the same meaning. For instance, chips and French fries, football and soccer, Queen Elizabeth in British and Queen Bey in America. So a CV and a resume, actually there is no formal difference, but a CV is not a cover letter, rather it's a detailed list of specification, while a cover letter is a full-blown marketing campaign. So a CV is a detailed list of your specifications, while a cover letter is a full-blown campaign, though a cover letter is very important in your CV. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to prepare a cover letter. The other thing is that make sure that you pick the best format. Why? Because recruiters spend only 60 seconds in scanning each CV. So if you submit a neat, properly organized document, actually you will convince the recruiters to spend more time on your CV. Now, a poorly formatted CV, on the other hand, actually will take you out of the race. Now, this is the format, the best format actually, and I do prefer and I do recommend, guys, you better use such kind of a format. Now, with this format, we see there is personal profile section, work experience, education, CV, skills, and additional section. Now, with this format, actually, you have to keep in mind these gold CV formatting rules. What are these rules? The first one is to choose a clear, legible font. The second one is to be consistent with your layout. The third one, we're going to see it later. The fourth one, actually, you should not include any kind of photo in your CV. And the last one is to make sure that your CV is brief and relevant. Now we have one other order of section here, whereby you can begin with your contact information with the header. Then you come to personal profile, where you can include your objective or summary. We're going to see what is an objective and what is a summary. Also, you have to put your work experience, your education, your skills, and you have the additional sections. Now, if you are fresh from the university, Actually, you have to put your education section above your work experience, because we know that the graduates actually have no experience. Now, when filling these sections, make sure that you maintain, or rather you keep in mind, the gold formatting CV rules. Now, beginning with the first rule, actually you should pick the best font, and I have the sample fonts here, such as Arial, Tahoma, Helvetica, Times New Roman, or other Bookman, all the styles. These are the best fonts for your CV, and I do urge guys that you better, when we're on preparing your CV, you may choose among these fonts, and they are available in your computer then. Now, the other thing is to maintain the font size, which is normally between 11 to 12 with a single spacing, and the name sections and the titles should be between 14 to 16 font size. The second rule is to be consistent with your layout. Make sure that the headings are uniform and larger, and actually they are bold. The other one is go easy on italics and underlaying. Also, you should set 1 inch margin in all 4 sides of your CV page. Also, a single date format should be your friend within your CV, so make sure that you stick in that. The third one, which I said that we're going to see earlier, is this one. Actually, you should not put any kind of gimmicky graphics, and actually these might disturb the recruiters, so make sure that you maintain your white space, okay, and you put just the less and relevant informations. See, too many graphics might make your CV illegible. The other one is make sure that you do not include any photo. In case you're asked to add the photo, you put the photo, but the photo should be clear, less gimmicky, okay, which shows your face with a smart background behind, which is clear, such as blue color, such as those photos we use for the ID, you see. But otherwise, you should not put any kind of photo. Also, make sure that your CV is brief and relevant, that you should not add you should not put every single detail about your lives on your CV, because hiring nowadays is one hell of hectic business. So make sure that you put the relevant skills and brief informations about you in your CV. After you have finished writing, make sure that you save your CV in PDF format, okay? But now, you have to be careful. Some of the recruiters do not prefer the PDF format. In such case, you may put a Word format, but in the rest of the sites, you may put a PDF format, because a PDF CV will maintain the format of your CV which you have chosen. Though with a Word document as well, you can submit your CV depending on the needs of the employers. Now, you should also add your contact information right away, that your contact information will help the recruiters to reach you in case they are interested in you. Now, with this information, you need to add your full name, your professional title, email address, telephone number, LinkedIn profile, and home address. But guys, you need to be very careful. If you put your social media profile, you have to know that the recruiters, in some cases, they will use it to reach you online. So if they find that your social media profile is unprofessional, actually you will be out of the race. So it is not necessary, but if you put it, make sure that it is professional and it matches your CV. Also, you should start your CV with a personal profile, and actually, or rather a summary or CV objective. Actually, A personal profile is a short, snappy paragraph of 100 words top or maximum that tells the recruiters why are you just the candidate they have been looking for. So your personal profile might be a CV objective or rather a CV summary. So a CV objective shows the skills you have mastered and how you fit in, while the summary, a CV summary, highlights your career progress and achievements. So you may use your CV summary if you are a seasoned professional and you have a lot of experience in your field. But in the rest of the case, you may use your objective, which will show the skills you have mastered and how you fit in. Now, here you can see we have a sample of a nursing CV objective and summaries. So you can see the first one, which is actually wrong. You see a newly licensed nurse looking for the challenging nursing role in a medical facility where I can put my skills to the test. Actually, this is wrong. Why? Because at the bottom line, the candidate has said that I want a job because I learned for the job. Actually, this one commands the employers, something which is not needed because you are seeking for the job, so you should not command the employers. Now, the right way on how to write such kind of objective or other summary is that a dependable licensed NMC registered nurse trained to work in a high-stress environment and stay calm under pressure, seeking to leverage meticulous record-keeping and analytical skills to help St. Francis Hospital with your upcoming challenges. I hope you see the difference, guys, because the candidate focused solely on what she can offer her future employer. She has also mentioned a name, and yes, a name dropping is something you too should definitely do it in your CV objective. So you make sure that you begin your CV with a summary instead of an objective. Okay, and this will make the employer being attracted to you. Now, have a look at some examples as well. Now, let us see this example, the other one. You see, bilingual, that means a person can speak or is capable of using English and Dutch. Pediatric nurse with a 15 years of experience in intensive and neonatal care units of a community hospital, seeking to leverage management experience as a chief pediatric nurse at General Hospital, helping to implement new staff training programs. So guys, this one is actually right. And what makes it right? The first thing is that it is super specific, for it outlines the candidate's background and show her experience, which will help to tackle particular problems the hospital is facing. Now, let's have some other example. You can see this one. Pediatric nurse with years of experience supervising the medications and health record of newborns. Actually, this one shows that I am a nurse. It presents nothing but genetic responsibilities all nurses have. So, in your CV, guys, don't ever go for meaningless buzzwords. Make sure that your CV summary, or rather your objective, is straightforward. See? Now, the other thing is that make sure that you list your relevant work experience and key achievement. Actually, this is the other most important part of your whole CV. See that actually most of the people normally try to pay attention. Now, if you are thinking that I just need to list my previous position, dates, work dates, the dates worked and my responsibility, think again, guys, because the recruiters know what you did. They want to know how well you did it and what you can offer to to your prospective employer. Now, with this one, guys, make sure that you use action verbs that created, analyzed, implemented. These verbs will show that you have managed to do 1, 2, 3, not mentioning your responsibilities. Now, here is a sample of a person who tried to mention his responsibilities. And now, actually, no one is interested in your responsibilities because we all know that you did 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 blah. Actually, guys, you need to mention and showing your experience by using the action verbs. Now, you can see this guy here. This is the sample. He said that created and maintained list of media contacts, researched opportunities, produced, supported, responded. You see, and he has shown the achievement that he managed to grew Facebook fan base from 0 to 12,000 in 4 months. You see, gained 35,000 Instagram followers in 3 months. You see, he has also added the link to Facebook fan page and the link to Instagram fan page, Instagram account in which he managed to achieve. So, with this guy, actually, we expect the recruiters to pay close attention to him. You see, what makes it so great with the issue of achievement? Because it's perfect tailored to the job. You see, the candidate has shown well that she'll be able to manage her most important future tasks because she has done them before. Also, it is action verb that created, maintained, instead of responsible for creating. You see, he has said that produce the product pictures, not product pictures production. So guys, make sure that you mention your achievement in the way of action verb packed rather than mentioning your responsibilities. No one will be bothered to go through that CV. You see, also a CV is central focus. The person has shown the numbers. See, the numbers, and actually numbers matters a lot, for they don't lie. So if you put your numbers there, actually they will tell the recruiters at which extent, how much. You see, and if you're interested, you may use problem action result formula, and this formula actually shows the problem, action, whereby it describes the strategy you use, or rather the way you use to solve the problem, and the result. And with our sample right there, you can see the problem was lack of social media promotion. The action which the person used was new media strategy, and the result is the growth of number of followers and fans in Facebook and Instagram pages, respectively. So guys, this is the sample of work experience section, as you can see, with the key achievement, and the person has added the link to the pages. This makes his work experience section more detailed and specific. Now, the other thing with your CV is that you need to build your education section correctly. You see, so with your education section, you need to put the graduation year, your degree, your institution name, and honors if applicable. But including your honors actually is optional. If you don't want them to do more harm than good, add them only if there are 2:1 or higher the undergrads degrees and the merits or distinction for postgrads. Now here is the education section sample. You can see 2014 BA in French, University of Southampton, 2.1. Easy, right? But if you are writing a CV with a little or no experience, what if you've just graduated and looking for the first full-blown job? If such is the case, you should do 2 things. First, you place your education section above your work experience, that I've mentioned before. And the second one, elaborate a bit more on your academic experience. You see, with your academic experience, we expect you to see the dissertation title, favorite field of studies, and the rest of the extracurricular activities, and so forth and so forth. You should also put the relevant skills that fit the job opening. You see, as I have said there, make sure that your CV is relevant and brief. So you make sure that you put your relevant skills. And actually, the skills you decide to include in your CV have to be relevant to the job you are trying to land. And how to do it? First, you need to list, or rather to spreadsheet, all the skills you have, and then pick the best which fit the job ad. And those best ones, you may include an appropriate mix of hard and soft skills and anything in between to your CV. So you list your skills, you pick the best ones, you include them in your CV. But now, in each skill, you should add a description. You should add a description which shows the level of proficiency. Also, you should include additional CV section to impress the recruiters. But now, with the addition section, actually guys, you should not lie, because the recruiters are trained to spot liars. So don't even entertain the thought of embellishing your past achievement or skills. You add your addition section which will impress the recruiters. Now, on your CV, include an addition section which will show off your unquestionable triumph. And I want to say an example right here. You see, this is the additional section which shows your achievement, and you should not lie. For instance, you may put your industry awards, your professional certifications, your publications, your personal affiliations, your conferences attended, your additional trainings. So these are the things to put in additional section. See, you should not ignore this chance, guys, because a well-crafted additional section can be a decisive factor in choosing you over another candidate with similar background. Now, if at all you are a student, your additional section should look like this, whereby you will put your volunteer experience, your hobby interests, your projects, freelance work, academic achievement, personal blog, and the rest of the stuffs. But now, if you apply all these strategies we have discussed, guys, actually we expect that your CV will be more competitive. Now, after you've done all, make sure that you organize your CV in professional template. And now, you may put it in Microsoft Word or other in PDF format based on the need of the job ad. And in the end, actually, I will show you a sample of a CV. Now, the final part is to complement your CV with a cover letter. Actually, as we have said, that a cover letter is a full-blown marketing campaign. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to prepare a good cover letter which will impress and attract the recruiters. Now, we all know that, guys, hiring nowadays it's a bit complicated. So in order to impress the recruiter, you need to put a good cover letter that will match your CV and will give you advantage over the other, and which will impress the managers to hire you over the other candidates. Now, guys, this is the sample for CV. As you can see, there is personal info, there is skills, there is experience, there is education, there is awards and acknowledgement. This is the way how to put it, guys. You should not add your certificates and whatever, no? You put the year, the award you received. In the education section, you put the year, you put the school or rather the place you attended. In the personal info, you put them like this. In your skills, you put them like this. And you can rate them out of 5 or out of 10. How much do you master it? Also with the cover letter here, and as well, I'm going to teach you how to prepare a good cover letter. Now, guys, we all know that hiring nowadays has changed drastically. It's like Fast and Furious. So to get your foot into the door, you need to go extra mile with your CV. Now, to do that, you need to begin your CV with a personal profile, either a summary or a CV objective. Then, when describing your work experience, focus on your achievements and accomplishments. And then validate your worth candidate by adding a section with your top wins. Here is the additional section where you can put your certifications, your awards, and whatever. And finally, attach your cover letter to your job application to double your chance of getting hired. So guys, thank you for watching. And here is the reference where you can go and read in detail. But I've also added a link down there in the description where you can click the link, and the link will take you straight forward to the site where you can find this presentation in its full format. So you can go with it slowly and pass through into each detail. But don't forget also to share with your friends so that we may help as many as possible in preparing their CV, so that we can help in reducing the number of unemployment, because most of the people are not employed, not because of their skills and whatever, but sometimes the other factor is the CV you have submitted. So if at all your CV is not competitive, whom do you expect to employ you? Your CV should impress, should be brief and relevant. So with these steps, guys, I hope you're going to make the best CV ever. Thank you for watching and have a nice time. See you.